All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waharakak. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are toiling in His truth. I'm Pathach Ahmath, Gms Dallas, and I'm just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson. And I'm going to entitle this exactly what you see on the screen. A paradigm shift is coming, because, this came up in my news feed. I believe this dude's name is Christopher Green. He's with AMTV. This dude is bugged out, man. I'm not going to play anything that he said. This dude is a Jesus freak, Edomite Jesus freak. Some of the things he brings out, some of the information is on point and it's good information. You know what I'm saying? And of course, brothers can listen to this dude. I'm sure a lot of brothers listen to this guy. And you just filter through, and you pick out the bones, and take the meat, take what you can use, and just filter through it, man. But this dude is bugged out. What I'm saying? He's a complete bug out, Jesus freak bug out, Edomite Jesus freak bug out. So I'm not going to play any of his video. I just thought that the title in itself was very spiritual, when the times of prophecies coming to pass and being fulfilled. And this title right here, this is a paradigm shift, was a very spiritual title. When I saw it, I was like, I got to do a lesson on this. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit, calling for me to do a lesson, man. So immediately I'm like, okay, let me put this on wax. So, because that's exactly what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? There is a paradigm shift that's happening in the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I want to do, I went to the dictionary and I typed in a paradigm so we can understand what a paradigm is. So when it says a shift, we'll have the understanding of what's going on, man. So I just typed in paradigm, and we're going to we ain't dealing with the linguistics. We're going to deal with the actual definition of a paradigm, which is a noun, and it says a typical example or pattern of something, a model. You know what I'm saying? So this is dealing with the rulership of the earth, man. A typical example or pattern of something, a model, which in these times has been Esau, the red Hebrew Edomites, man, the so-called self-proclaimed a white man, woman, and child, or in these times, the leaders are the men, so the so-called self-proclaimed white man, you know what I'm saying, who go back to their forefather Esau. You're the true red Hebrew Edomites of the Bible, man. And this is dealing with your rulership, man. A typical example or pattern of something, a model, man. And this dude has been the worst example and pattern, the worst model ever, man, of how to rule the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been the worst ever. You know what I'm saying? This has been the worst management of the planet ever since there was a nation, man, ever. This is it. This has been ultimately this has been the worst rulership ever. You know what I'm saying? And this was like it says, this was an example to the Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negroid descent. You make up the 12 tribe. And of course, we know there's that scattered seed of the Israelites among the other nations, these heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, man. You know what I'm saying? You make up the 12 tribes, and he's that example of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Of what the Lord does not want you to do or expect. A typical example, Esau, the worst rulership or pattern, the pattern this devil has put in the earth to follow, to that example and pattern to follow after, which is nothing but iniquity, sin, wickedness, and evil, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything contrary to how you should run and rule the planet, man. A model. He's been the worst example and model to pattern yourself after, man. He's been the worst model. You know what I'm saying? So that righteous example and pattern and model is about to come into the earth. That's why this was so spiritual to me when I saw it, when I saw this title. This is a paradigm shift. That example, that model, you know what I'm saying? That what did it say? That that pattern, the example, pattern, model, it's shifting, you know, from wicked, to righteous, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the scriptures, man. Because the earth, has been given into the hand of the wicked. So I'll get that in Job. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. And it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Which we now know the wicked are the Edomites, man. The biblical Edomites who go back to your forefather Esau, man, who are the so-called self-proclaimed white people in these times, man. And when you read in Malachi, the first chapter, it breaks that down. They're the border of wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? And the earth is definitely given into his hands, into his power, man. He controls everything. That's why you see his faces, Edomite faces, so-called white people's faces on the currency, man. You know what I'm saying? They're making all the decisions, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to tell. You got countries like China that if you look back, like go back in time, their culture, they didn't wear suits and ties, man. That comes from the so-called self-proclaimed white man, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau. Now they're wearing suits and ties. You see suits and ties everywhere you go on the planet Earth today, man. The currency, so-called self-proclaimed white people are on the currency. You know what I'm saying? That everybody has been using on the planet Earth, man. Everybody wants their hands on. So this dude, it's not hard to tell. That's just a couple examples. But this is not hard to tell whose hands the earth or power the earth is in right now. So it says that Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Esau, Malachi 1 and 4, it's not hard. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. That's why you see, and the ultimate judge that he covered was Yahushua, man. You know what I'm saying? And turned him to a God by the name of Jesus, man, in these times, man. Which goes back to, which in these times is a God by the name of Cesare Borgia, which goes even further back to an idol, false god, Serapis Christus, man. You know what I'm saying? So he changed and he covered the face of the judge. He covered all of the Israelites, man. If you Google any Israelite of the Bible, you're going to see a so-called self-proclaimed white person. If you type in God in Google, you're going to see a so-called a white man with a long beard, bald-headed, that just off, man, with a long white beard and some what looks like spirits that's trying to escape from him, trapped in a bubble, man. It's all BS and nonsense, man. But he covered the faces of the judges. Those are the judges. That's why you have in the land of Israel today, which they call it today is Israeli, Jewish. You have some people over there that are not the people of the Lord, man. They're Khazarian converts, man. They're Khazars, man. They go back to their forefather Esau, man. They're Edomites, which the Lord hates. Romans the 9th chapter, Malachi the 1st chapter, you know what I'm saying, goes into that. He hates that nation of people, man, because it's dealing with nations. Because when you read in Genesis the 25th chapter, it says 2 nations is in thy womb when dealing with Rebecca, when Rebecca entreated of the Lord, man, why her kids were fighting in her womb. He said 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, in Genesis the 25th chapter, man. So this is dealing with nations. Jacob represents a nation of people, which we now know, which are the Israelites, because Jacob's name was changed to Israel when he fought a wrestle with the angel and won, man. So he represents the Israelites, the children of Jacob / Israel, the Israelites, the Ban Yasharallah, the sons of Israel. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And it's the 12 tribes, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent. You make up those 12 tribes. And then you have Esau, the son or the progenitor of the so-called self-proclaimed white people. The first, came out red all over like a hairy garment, man. You know what I'm saying? Red. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Those people still have that mark on them, which goes back to the mark of Cain that was put on Cain in the garden in the beginning. They still have that mark on them today, man. The Lord took that pigmentation from them, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's not hard, man. The earth is given into their hand, and they changed everything to look like them, man. I think in First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter goes in that as well. First Maccabees 3:48, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But how they went into the book of the law and sought to paint their images. That's the covering of the judges, man. And that's why you see those fakes in the land today, man. That all of these things are part of this scripture, this prophecy that I'm reading right here in Job, man. Because everything is dealing with prophecy, man. You know what I'm saying? So the earth has been given into his hand, man, which the Lord can do that, man. He can give the earth to whomever he pleases. And he tells you that, This is Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. And it reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the watchers are the angels, and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know." The living is us here on the earth. That's what the Lord deals with. He's dealing amongst the living, that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So it's about the kingdoms of men. And there was 4 major empires or kingdoms that was prophesied to rise and fall before the implementation of the kingdom of heaven in Daniel the 7th chapter, man. The Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans. That happened, man. And then, of course, out of the Romans, a little horn was going to come out of them, which is America, which in Revelation, the 13th chapter, represents when it says that that head that took the fatal wound to the head and came back to life, and all the people wondered after the beast, or that beast that took the fatal head wound and came back to life, and all the people wondered after the beast, which beast represents empires or kingdoms. You can get that in Daniel the 7th chapter as well, like around verse 23, somewhere in there. The 4th kingdom was the 4th beast, man. You know what I'm saying? So those beasts are kingdoms, talking about the Roman Empire. In Revelation the 13th chapter, how it would fall, by the hand of almost single-handedly by the name, an Israelite man by the name of Septimius Severus. You know what I'm saying? Of course, some other men were involved in that, but primarily him. And of course, we know that that was all because of Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? He was that angel with the great chain, man. And of course, Esau got taken down. The Roman Empire fell. Esau got taken down. He was in rule. And went into captivity for 1,000 years, and then he was released, man, when he came out of it. You know what I'm saying? But that fatal head wound, and then coming back to life, and people wondering after the beast was by way of America, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have things such as they signed something known as the Treaty of Rome. You know what I'm saying? Then they teach Roman numerals in school, man. When you watch the Super Bowl, you see Roman numerals. When you look in Washington, D.C., the Capitol building and all these different the architecture in Rome, in Washington, is the same architecture of Rome, man. This is Rome 7.0 all over again. This is Rome again. That's that beast coming back to life, and all the people wondering after it. That's America, man, by way of America. And those are all the clues that the Lord gave us that we know in these times by way of prophecy who that's talking about, man. And these people are definitely wondering after the beast, because that's why you got all these other countries concerned about the presidency here in the United States, man. What other purpose would that be? But let's get back. This is Daniel 4 in the middle of verse 17. It says, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. So the Lord does what he wants, man, and setteth up over it the basis of men, which he did. And the basis of men, that's another clue as to who is the earth the earth is in his hands in these times, man. The Edomites, so-called self-proclaimed white people, they're the basis of men. When you read in Job, the 30th chapter, it goes into that, the children of base men, and they were viler than the earth, man. That's dealing with Esau, man. Those same people that were chased out, them dark nations, primarily Israelites, chased them devils out, and they went and hid up in the clefts of the rocks, man, in those mountains back then. I think it was Mount Seir back then. Today, Mount Petra. It's called Mount Petra today. You know what I'm saying? And they've always been in the mountains, in the caves, man. That's literally what Caucasian means, cave dweller, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and they came out of the caves of the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia, man. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things prove who the Edomites are, who the so-called Caucasians are. They're the true biblical Edomites, man. So the earth has been given into your hands because the Lord can do that. It says, and he giveth it to whomsoever he will, and he setteth up over at the base of men. You know what I'm saying? And when you read, as a matter of fact, in Psalms, the 75th chapter, the Lord gives promotion, man. This is Psalm 75 and verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. He setteth up over it whomsoever he will. And he set it, and he set it over at the bases of men. The Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Given. The Lord gave the earth into this devil's hands for a period of time to fulfill a prophecy, man, a blessing that was given to him by Isaac, which in an incarnation is Yahushua, if you can receive it, to fulfill a blessing, man, because Esau cried, their forefather cried, man. You know what I'm saying? So he gave him a temporary blessing, which was the kingdom, the earth being in his hand for a period of time, man, and he was going to rule by the sword. When you read that account, man, but there were two blessings given. There was another blessing to Jacob, man. When you read up in that chapter, starting around verse 27 or so, As a matter of fact, Hebrews 11 and 20, I like to bring that out. Hebrews 11 and 20 says that Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Lord is responsible for promotion, giving the earth and taking it away, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what has happened, man. So the earth has been in the hand of the wicked, man, you so-called self-proclaimed white people. But there is a paradigm shift happening. That's why I like this title, man. I like the title of this video. This is a paradigm shift. Of course, this dude is not dealing from the perspective of prophecy. I didn't listen to it, so I don't know what exactly he went into, but I know this dude is bugged out. So we're going to keep it going, because when you read, as a matter of fact, let me go here. When you read, because that paradigm shift is definitely happening. And when you read in the Apocrypha in Sirach, the 10th chapter, it goes into it. I'm going to start at verse 4, Sirach 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So the power of the earth, that same power, that hand that was in Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand. That hand literally means power. So the power of the earth right now has been given into the hand of base men, the wicked, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. You know what I'm saying? They have control and rule of the earth right now. But as it says here in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus Sirach 10 and 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. The Lord controls these things, man. The Lord hadn't lost control. He still controls the earth, man. Even with these devils ruling over it, man, because the Lord gave it to him, man, to rule from his left hand side. The side of Satan, man. Who sits at the left hand side of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? So the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. That one that is profitable is Yahushua, his only begotten son, that first created, that firstborn, that first created spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? And in joint heir, that's the Israelites beginning and starting with the elect, man. That's the profitable ones that's going to be set over the earth, man. But it's by way of our big brother Yahushua, man, because he was given that blessing in Psalms the 2nd chapter. And pursuant to Revelation, the second chapter, you know, uh, uh, the Lord is going to give that same his blessing. He's going to share with his elect, man. You know, Romans 8:17. You know, that joint heir, man. You know, so I'm gonna jump down to verse 8 now, because this is the paradigm shift. Ecclesiasticus 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's what's happening, man. The translation of the kingdom out of the hands of these devils, the Edomites, the so-called self-proclaimed white people, into the hands of the righteous, true heirs of it. You know, beginning to start with our big brother Yahushai, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negroid descent, man. You know, and this devil has definitely ruled and gained these things by unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches, or that deceit, rather, those riches that he has, the fullness of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Being in his hands, man, in these times, you know. And that's another indication and clue as to who that's talking about, because no other nation has had the entire earth like these devils had. At one point, he didn't even have it like that, you know. So during the time of like Augustus Caesar, you know, he only had that the known parts, those regions. He didn't have the whole earth, man. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen until later, man. So we know who that's talking about, man. But keeping it going, man, because yeah, this is the paradigm shift, man. You know, the earth being translated from one people to another, out of the hands of Esau into the hands of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's because when you read in Daniel, the 7th chapter, just like it was given into the hands of the wicked, the Lord is going to give it into the hands of his people. This is Daniel 7:27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given, you know, that's future. This is a future prophecy. It hadn't happened yet. Shall be given, just like the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. And we know who the saints are. Psalms 50:5, Psalms 148 and verse 14, and Psalms 149, verse 1 and 2. You know, the Israelites, man. Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Because at the helm of that, you know, is our big brother Yahushai, man. You know, and this is the kingdom which is everlasting, man. This is the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, it's the earth being given into their hands, man, to rule it in righteousness, man. That's what the earth. That's what the kingdom of heaven is, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you read up in verse 9, because in verse 18, it goes into how we're going to take the kingdom, you know. And Yahushua said that if this were my kingdom, my servants would fight, man, you know. And there's going to be a fight. That war in heaven is coming, man, and spoken of in Revelation, the 12th chapter. But when you read up here in Daniel, the 7th chapter, verse 9, it says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down. The thrones being cast down is this rulership, man, this current system, you know, and all of these nations represent the thrones, man, you know, because all of them are in cahoots with Esau. As a matter of fact, when you read in Revelation, the 17th chapter, it goes into how they were going to give their as a matter of fact, I can't remember exactly how it's worded. Let me go over here real quick. Revelations, the 17th chapter, and let me see, where is it? There it is. This is Revelations 17 and verse 12. And the 10 horns, which is representative of the EU today, which thou sawest, and are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what has happened. You know, they're all in cahoots, man, with each other, you know. So they all are sharing that power right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to Daniel, the 7th chapter, in verse 9, because it says, you know, I beheld till the thrones were cast down. So all of those thrones, Russia is a throne, Germany is a throne, China is a throne, North Korea is a throne, all these different thrones. Iran is a throne, You know what I'm saying? Representative of thrones. So it says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, because it's exactly what our big brother is going to do. He's coming back to take them down, all of these governments, man. He's going to take them down and establish and set up his kingdom in the earth, man. As a matter of fact, when you read in Revelations, it goes into the same things. The 19th chapter and verse 12 is Revelations 19 and 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. So the many crowns on his head is synonymous with what we just read in Daniel, the 7th chapter and verse 9. Those thrones being plural, being cast down, man. You know, he's going to have many crowns on his head, because he's going to come and take dominion of the planet Earth, man. You know, that's why in a very verse above it, it said he's coming to judge and make war, man. That's that war in heaven, man. In Revelation, the 12th chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get one more, because, you know, that paradigm shift is happening, and that's exactly what John the Revelator was speaking of. This is Revelations 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. So John saw the elect, the 144,000 being, of course, after the beam up and the salvation / destruction simultaneously. You know, those men are going to be beamed back down to the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to go throughout the four corners of the earth, purging out the rebels of the nation of Esau, and they're going to be enslaving the rest of these nations, beginning starting with Esau, man, and these elites. You know, these top banking families, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gaddys, Oppenheimers, Wahlburgers, all these top banking families, man. You know, they're going to be the first fruits of slavery in the coming kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Esau has to look forward to, in these other heathen nations as well, because they've all put their hands on the nation of Israel, at some point, and in time, man. You know what I'm saying? But especially you Edomites, man, y'all got it coming, man, but that's what's happening, man. That paradigm shift is happening. So again, when I saw this title, hey, I had to do a lesson on it, man. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully, through the spirit, it was edifying. And with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath, Shal Dawadash, Shalom.